Here's the latest on the federal crackdown in Minnesota. Both the New York Times and CNN are reporting the Trump administration is sending around 1,000 more federal officers to Minnesota.
So this year's the headline from the New York Times article. It says Trump officials are sending 1,000 more immigration officers to Minnesota. The Customs and Border Protection officers are joining 2,000 other officers and agents at the Department of Homeland Security who have been recently deployed to the Minneapolis region. Now, CNN said 2 federal law enforcement sources told them about 1,000 additional U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents are expected to deploy to Minneapolis as tensions between federal law enforcement and local counterparts flare. This after an ICE-involved shooting last week left a mother of 3 dead. Now, CNN also talked with U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar yesterday.
They literally are sending over 3,000 ICE agents into one state. There are like 600 sworn-in officers in Minneapolis and 550 or so in St. Paul. So the ICE agents are literally overwhelming our own police force. This is not LA, this is not Chicago. And Minnesota is right now the center of America's heartbreak.
But as these agents come in, local leaders here are trying to stop the ICE activity altogether.
Minnesota's Attorney General and the mayors of Minneapolis and St. Paul filed a federal lawsuit yesterday to try to get ICE activity halted throughout the state of Minnesota. We turn now to the live desk with Maria Lizignoli. And Maria, the state hopes that there's an emergency hearing on this matter today.
Yes, that's right. And we are still waiting on word if that is going to be in fact happening today. What we do know right now, Minnesota's Attorney General and the mayors of Minneapolis and St. Paul have filed this 80-page lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security. In the complaint, the groups lay out the dozens of examples of what they say are the physical and financial tolls of immigration enforcement on the state. One of the examples in the lawsuit is an incident last week at the Target in Richfield. The suit claims agents forced a man into a DHS vehicle after the man told them he was a citizen. On social media yesterday, DHS said the man was arrested for assaulting federal law enforcement officers. Attorney General Keith Ellison also claims the increase in federal law enforcement in Minnesota is negatively impacting schools, businesses, and local police departments.
Law enforcement agencies should be focused on our public safety, but instead, many are dealing with the aftermath of DHS agents' chaos and violence.
However, a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security says, in part, quote, "This is a baseless lawsuit, and we look forward to proving that in court." The acting director of Immigration and Custom Enforcement is also pushing back on claims the surge in federal agents in Minnesota is because of political differences.
ICE and DHS is in all 50 states and territories and 56 nations around the world. So we've always been there. We've been doing immigration enforcement for decades.
Now, we have also spoken with a University of Minnesota law professor about this suit, and coming up in the next half hour, we'll hear from her how she says some of the outcomes of this lawsuit could have an impact on future enforcement across the country. Heather Barrett.
Maria, thank you.
Minnesota is also making an effort to investigate the shooting death of Renee Good, despite being barred from the FBI's case. State BCA agents were working near the scene of the shooting yesterday morning. Last week, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office created a portal to collect video and any other evidence from the public. The county attorney says her office has received a substantial amount of material so far.
Governor Tim Walz and First Lady Gwen Walz, they visited that Growing Memorial in South Minneapolis. This is where the ICE agent shot Good last week. Hundreds have been visiting the site over the last few days to pay their respects and express their feelings about what happened.
Tense moments just a few blocks from that memorial. This video shows protesters and federal agents in an intersection. The protesters were blowing whistles and chanting the word shame before the agents deployed tear gas.
Now, the 37-year-old mom leaves behind 3 children and her wife, who was next to the SUV the day she was shot. Good's ex-husband told us that she had just dropped their 6-year-old off at school right before this encounter with the ICE agents. Homeland Security said Good had previous encounters with agents and committed an act of domestic terrorism by using her vehicle as a weapon. Democratic leaders have condemned the shooting and have urged the federal government to allow the state to have access to evidence in their investigation. And this shooting has sparked even more pushback from protesters in the community.
Our crew spent hours outside the Whipple Federal Building yesterday. We saw at least 3 people detained as federal agents used chemicals, flashbangs, and force to crack down on protesters. Activists we talked to say they felt called to act.
I do not like seeing our country being held hostage to these masked thugs.
So the leader of the operation is on the ground here in Minneapolis. Our Esme Murphy spoke with U.S. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino one-on-one yesterday about the backlash that they're facing in the Twin Cities.
You actually tried to stop at a Target, I think, to use the restroom or get a drink, and there was kind of quite a scene there. Is that this kind of scene being replicated with your agents all over this area?
In Minneapolis, it is. Unfortunately, in Minneapolis, I call this a contrast in operations, a vast, conspicuous contrast in operations. Just got back from Louisiana. I went to Targets and I went to many places to use the bathroom or perhaps buy a snack or interact with the public because I am a public official. I do like to interact with the public. In Louisiana, never saw it. In fact, one act of violence towards a Border Patrol agent in over 30 days of operations there in Louisiana. Contrast that here to Minneapolis, completely different animal.
You can see the entire interview with Commander Bovino. That's on WCCO's YouTube channel.
Crackdown is also happening outside the metro. This is what it looked like yesterday at a mall in St. Cloud. Dozens of ICE agents were met by hundreds of protesters. Federal agents arrested 1 person as a part of their operation and later 2 protesters in the parking lot. Many of the businesses at the mall are run by the Somali community.
They just show up, spray people, and this is not good. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Like, most of the people are scared. They're like, they're scared for their life.
Senator Eric Putnam of St. Cloud was there and was part of the group trying to keep the peace between protesters and federal agents. He says he believes more communication between ICE and the community would help curtail the outrage.
ICE agents were also spotted further north. This is in Detroit Lakes yesterday. At least 1 man was confirmed to be detained outside of a restaurant on Monday morning. Homeland Security officials say that they've arrested 2,000 people across Minnesota since Operation Metro Surge began last month.
Minnesota's Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan was also in Detroit Lakes yesterday campaigning for U.S. Senate. She called for a different approach to immigration policy.
We can have comprehensive immigration reform. We can have secure borders. We can have pathways to citizenship. But we need policy that is grounded in dignity, humanity, and safety. And what we are seeing right now, this ain't it.
The lieutenant governor said this was the 2nd time in the past few days when she's been campaigning and she gets notified that ICE is in that community.